They say you don't know what you have until it's gone. And until today, that statement never held any weight.
We've all seen the impact of COVID-19.
Like everyone, we are all dealing with this crazy COVID pandemic that's sweeping across everywhere. Doesn't matter where you live right now in the world, you're dealing with it.
COVID-19 has since spread to nearly every country in the world.
But the crazy thing about it is I think everyone has a moment of realization, of facing it, of looking it in the eyes, when all of a sudden it's no longer news headlines and it becomes really, really real. Today was that day for me. So this whole video started when I saw Sam Sheffer's video about New York, where he went around New York during the current quarantine lockdown, and he showed you how empty the big tourist areas are. Times Square is completely empty, guarded by police. Everywhere that he went where thousands of millions of people should be was just gone. It really got me thinking, what is DC like? Is DC similar? Is DC just as empty and quiet? I have no idea. I've been so scared to go anywhere else besides home and the grocery store that I thought, you know what? This is a good idea. Let's check this out. So my main goal is to go down to the Washington Monument, the National Mall, the Lincoln Memorial, the places that all of you guys and everyone associates with DC. However, before going down there, Chinatown was on the way. And I actually figured that Chinatown would be a better representation of what everything looks like because it's a nice blend of tourist meets locals. And then you also have like your street performers, people work around there, and everything else. So if anything, I figured that would be the best insight into what exactly this city looks like. And it wasn't until I got about 4 blocks away from Chinatown that I realized that this video was not what I thought it was going to be. It was going to be worse. An intersection that should have bumper-to-bumper traffic and hundreds of people walking around, completely gone. As far as I could see, hardly a soul in sight. It was weird. It was really weird. Before I got to Chinatown, I checked out City Center, which has all the bougie stores, all the name brands. They all removed all their products, all their inventory. Louis Vuitton boarded up all their windows. At least they left a nice message on the front. But that whole place was empty too. And then I got to Chinatown, where I fully realized what exactly DC might look like.
Chinatown. This is one busy intersection here in Chinatown.
Good evening, everybody. I'm here in Washington D.C. Here at the entrance to Chinatown. Some live music, some buskers. No, not bad. Enjoying it. Got a pretty large crowd.
Now, I'm not trying to sensationalize this or instill any more fear in anyone, but I'm trying to make you see what I see, feel what I feel, about a city that seemingly overnight is a hollow shell of what it used to be. I don't like that you feel a distrust for the person walking by you. I don't like that you can hear everyone's footsteps. I don't like the feeling of desperation that was in the air. There should be thousands of people from around the world, school buses full of kids experiencing the rich culture of Washington, D.C. But they're all gone, hopefully in their house, with their family. I'm both fearful and optimistic of what the future will be like after this is all said and done. It feels like communities are growing stronger, but at the same time, we're becoming socially distrustful and distant. In the words of the late Anthony Bourdain, it isn't always pretty, it isn't always comfortable. Sometimes it hurts. It even breaks your heart, but that's okay. The journey changes you. It should change you. It leaves marks on your memory, on your consciousness, on your heart, and on your body. You take something with you, and hopefully, you leave something good behind. But I just wanted to take a moment to sit down and talk to you guys because honestly, I've been biking around. I've went everywhere and it's too windy to sit down, but also there's a weird sense of desperation in the air and I don't know how to describe it, but it feels like a form of bleakness where no one around really trusts each other. And I'm around all the major monuments and museums and attractions right now, but in the city, like in the heart of city in Chinatown, the amount of desperation in the air is thick. It's so thick you can cut it. Like I was scared to whip out my camera because the only people who are hanging around are people who have nothing and they're looking for something, or people just jogging or walking their dog. I don't know how to say it, but like it's like a really scary and eerie feeling. So I just wanted to sit down and say that like never before have I felt the city feel like this. It's a feeling of quiet desperation. Shout out Thoreau, but it's a feeling of quiet desperation. It's a feeling of bleakness. It's a feeling of hopelessness as I've just kind of biked around DC and just felt the energy of places. And I know it sounds woo-woo, but you can really feel something like that. You can really feel that stuff. And I just want to sit down and say this because, this all became like very real when I sat down. Yeah, this is nuts.